I can definitely feel the exhaustion from not sleeping enough the last 2 days. I can definitely feel it because like I'm yawning, my eyes are getting heavy. I hope I can sleep well tonight. So for the sake of myself, let's just go to the next one. The Viper and the Virus. At least, I can say that the SCP wiki right now is very nice to me. It realizes I'm having a exhausting day, so it's giving me quite a couple short ones. I mean, this is pretty short. Euclid, SCP-1645 is to be kept in a specially modified terrarium measuring 20 times 10 times 5 meters to limit movement of SCP-1645. Its enclosure is to be kept at a consistent temperature of 3.5 degrees centigrade. SCP-1645's feeding schedule and diet are accessible in Document I. Once weekly, veterinarians are to enter the enclosure, sedate SCP-1645, and excise all excess growths, as well as administer antibiotics and remove any metal that has accumulated within SCP-1645's system. Biohazard protocols are to be taken during this time to ensure that Hachi disease does not spread to members of veterinary staff. Should SCP-1645 show signs of aggression during this time, Procedure 1645-August may be enacted to minimize casualties. In the event that Hachi disease is contracted by a member of the Foundation personnel, they are to be placed into quarantine. Description: SCP-1645 is an anomalous specimen of Gloridius blomorphi, Japanese mamushi, with a 6-meter diameter. SCP-1645 has albinism and suffers from polycephaly, possessing 8 distinct heads when not in motion. As opposed to most reptiles suffering polycephaly, SCP-1645's heads do not branch off from the spine, but are instead connected to a 2-meter diameter hub structure in the center. With the exception of its brain, all of SCP-1645 vital organs, including an enlarged heart and stomach, are located in this hub. SCP-1645 suffers from an anomalous transmittable immune deficiency virus known as Hachi disease. Hachi disease has resulted in several other health issues in SCP-1645, including OPMF, oral inflammation, several bacterial infections, and a form of cancer referred to as Amata gans, named for researchers Richard Amata and Shinchi Gan. Amata-gans result in tumor-like growths gradually forming next to the heads of organisms affected by Hachi disease, which eventually spout into fully functional additional heads complete with vascular, nervous, and digestive systems. The growth of structures caused by Amata-gans process can be accelerated if the subject afflicted by Amata-gans engages in any physical activity, including movement. These growths eventually branching off into their own distinct heads, complete with neural tissue and bone structures. These heads are sentient and, in the case of human beings, sapient. Growths resulting from Amata-gans may be excised from SCP-1645 without causing any harm to the organism as a whole. In the case that the original head of the subject has been removed, they are expunged. Hachi disease may be contracted by any animal and is transmittable via fluid contact with SCP-1645 or Hachi disease affected subjects. All bodily fluids, including blood, spinal fluid, saliva, and mucus, have been shown to contain some trace of Hachi disease in human subjects, and in the case of SCP-1645, its venom appears to have been replaced by a serum a serum containing each disease. Each disease has been discovered in the body fluid of SCP-2478, suggesting that it may have been utilized in the creation of that anomaly. Oh, okay. However, approximately .% of subjects exposed to Hashimoto's disease have shown an immunity to it. All subjects with immunity have been shown to be either Greek or Japanese descent. The significance of this is currently unknown. Is it because of is it because of Richard Amata and Shinji Gan? Because I'm not sure if Amata is a Greek last name or not. Addendum recovery log. SCP-1645 was recovered in a rice field near the Hi River, Chugoku region, Japan, shortly after a major flood had hit the area. SCP-1645 had bitten several workers in the field, resulting in them contracting Hachi disease. Most of the workers had died of fungal infection upon Foundation intervention, during which time the area was quarantined, and all survivors were terminated due to risk of infection. SCP-1645 was recovered having been rendered immobile due to the weight of the 32 additional heads it had as a result of amalgams. Yeah, fair enough. If I had 31 extra heads, I'd also be like, hey man, I'm not gonna move. I can't even move out of the room without bumping one of the many heads I have. Addendum. During a preliminary medical examination, Dr. McGinn discovered a scar on the hub portion of SCP-1645. Near the base of the spinal cord, below the scar, a cavity of unknown function was found, which contained traces of several alloys, including steel, bronze, and an alloy that was previously only found at Greek archaeological sites. The cavity is 21 centimeters deep and appears to have held a needle of miniature bladed objects at one point of time. SCP-1645 appears to draw metals from its food, such as iron, and store them in this cavity, where they are converted into alloys through an unknown chemical process. Given the possible links SCP-1645 has to reducted. SCP-1645 died is to have a little metallic content as possible to prevent the formation of a new object in this cavity. Okay. Some very, like, I would say, like, tone-wise, we've been jumping all over the place, which is normal. No, this was normal, but there's, like, not really, like, anything. There's no, like, I don't know. Reading all these SCPs, like, it's, like, so. It's really interesting, like, how different these are. There's no consistency of, like, of SCPs in this one, except, of course, that two of them have apparently shared gods. Well, not share gods, but like they share the fact that they both have gods to please, or gods that they look up to. Oh boy. Wake me up till it's all over.